So clearly, that's one of the things that most boys they say do. So we good. So welcome in. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Thank you guys so much for the show. Thank you guys so much. So I hope this is a really good. I got you. I hope this is a really good meet and greet for you guys. This is my girl Moon.
Hello.
Hey, beautiful.
Hey.
Look at you. Hey. Hey. And I'm sitting here
with myself.
I'm chilling I'm chilling cozy. Y'all don't mind me. I'm usually chilling cozy in everything that I do. Every blue moon I'll dress up. So it is what it is. We beautiful in our ways. I love this. I love this. Y'all, this is Moon. For those who are coming in, this is my girl Moon. I met her through Stephanie. Mm-hmm, Stephanie was the one who sent you over to me.
We did.
She's like, check her out. So I was just telling everybody, it's been a minute. I was just kind of like getting everybody, reacclimated and stuff. I'm Keisha, Black Cherokee. We're not gonna like just dive in like that.
I'm gonna share it to some people.
Yeah. I like to get the room ready while my baby is. Is that too loud? Is that distracting?
I can hear it. It's not loud for me, but I can hear it.
Okay, cool. I'm just, because my baby, he wants to be right next to me. like literally.
That's what the children.
You see him?
I can see him.
Smiling.
Look at him peeking.
Look at him.
Look at him peeking.
What's good? Thank you guys so much for sharing. I will ask that if you guys are coming into the room, welcome in. Share this out to all of your family and friends. We are starting up a wonderful group. If you've checked out my video, you've seen that I noticed that there is a huge disparity in our community where people don't know whether or not we have holistic health and wellness healers. Mm-hmm. We are here, and most of us in the community, right? Most of us in the community know that we are here, but clearly we're quite kept secret to many people. So please make sure you share the live. Thank you guys so much for the likes. Make sure you comment in. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. And we will definitely address them as best as we can. I would like to set the parameter for those who are coming in. The parameter is there are certain things that you can ask Moon that she will answer gladly for free. However, we setting the groundwork. I respect everyone's craft. I respect everybody's healing services. I respect everybody's gift. And for a lot of people and a lot of times, our gifts have been exploited. Our gifts have been used and abused. And that is not the space that I'm trying to create. Okay? So we are here to answer any questions you have. But there are boundaries. And once those boundaries are hit, as far as like what you can get or what more answers or questions you can give or want to ask, if it requires one-on-one services, we both offer one-on-one services. Mine are going to be open soon. But for hers has already been established. Hers has already been set. So if it's requiring a one-on-one, Moon, I would love for you to say, that's a one-on-one session. If you're interested, and then promote yourself. Okay, we're setting the ground rules right now. We're getting them ready.
My daughter I had to mute because my daughter. So what did you say? Can you repeat the parameters for the services one more time?
Oh, no problem. If it requires you to have a one-on-one consultation with them, just state that.
Okay.
And whatever her charges are, is her charges, those are her fees, those are things, because we're doing it out of respect. But I know that when it comes down to Moon and myself, we gladly help and we will gladly give our expertise on certain things freely, because there's terms to this. You know what I'm saying? There's terms to this, but we will gladly provide you with our expertise, the best to our abilities for free. So you can ask your questions, put them in the comments. We will answer them. If I don't answer them, she will. She's a little bit more of a mastery than I am in some
like
things.
That now. Don't shut me up now.
She got me. She got me. And the cool thing is we respect it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we respect where people are and how they are. Now, I will tell you the one thing that I love about Moon. Again, thank you guys so much for the likes. Thank you guys for the shares. Thank you guys for the comments. Welcome in everyone who's coming in. It's been a minute. I ain't been on this in a minute.
I know, it's been a while.
It's been a while. Because, transition is what it do.
Yes. I'm excited, though. I'm really excited that you're back. And I'm truly honored that you asked me to do this.
Yes. Now, I'm going to tell you, the thing that got me the most when it came down to you is one day I was on your live and you were like, yo, I don't have any judgment towards anybody. You come as you are. And I've always said that. Like, people would joan on me because I would have so many random people on my lives when I first started off. Because I don't, people are people. And people will show you who they are if you sit back and listen. And sometimes people just want you to sit back and listen. That is what it is. When you said that, I was like, she the one. She part of the two. She part of the two.
That's all I had to do. Well, shoot.
That's all you had to do, girl.
That's what's up, though.
What's up, y'all? Okay, so I'm not gonna be like the one doing all the talking because eventually I get tired. But I would love for you to introduce yourself in just a second and just say, I want to make sure I tell everybody she is hilarious, she's funny, she's cool, she's amazing. She's connected. Okay, so welcome in, Moon. Moon, please tell everybody about yourself and we'll go from there.
Sure. Hey, everybody. Most of y'all know me. I'm Moon, also known as Monica. But Moon is growing on me. It's almost like Moon is becoming my name. So I like that. What is it that I want to tell y'all about me? I'm first a bereavement doula. And for those of you that don't know what the bereavement doula does, well, for me, what I do in my own practice is I support women as they try to conceive, not just women. Let me specify. Hey, Speak. I don't just support women. I am a big proponent of supporting men as well to prepare for birth. So you would call me a family doula, really, because I want to make sure everybody is doing good. The mom, any siblings, and dad as well. So I I assist and support families as they try to conceive. I support them through the pregnancy. I support them through labor and delivery and then postpartum. Now, the bereavement part is where, in the unfortunate instance where a woman may experience a miscarriage, or she may have a stillbirth, or she decides to terminate. And I know that's controversial for a lot of people. But what Keisha said earlier, I don't stand to judge anyone. I don't know what a woman's choice or reason is for terminating a pregnancy. All I know is that she still needs the same support and care as any other woman, because her body has gone through changes, and not only her body, but her spirit and her emotions are going to go through changes. So I offer support to those women as well. That's one aspect of what I do and who I am. I'm also a clairvoyant medium, intuitive reader. I do tarot and I do intuitive readings. And most of you know what that means. But in case you don't, a medium is someone who connects with those who have transitioned and are on the other side or multiple sides and all these different dimensions. And as it pertains to being an intuitive reader, everybody's intuitive. Don't let nobody fool you. Everybody's trying to glamorize and make it trendy. I'm an intuitive. We all are. Everybody's intuitive. It's nothing new. It's just some people don't know how to tap into it. So that's a little bit about me, and whatever else you want to ask, I'm ready.
I'm gonna ask you some questions, the girl. But hold on. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get you some questions. I just gotta reactivate my Wi-Fi on my computer. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Okay, reactivate. How y'all doing? How everybody doing? I can say hey to y'all now. I didn't want to interrupt her. Hey, Diva. Hey, Millionaire. Hey, Beautifully. Speak, what it do? The voice. I'm gonna call you the voice. I think I spoke to Asia. Is Riri still in here? Hey, honey. Hey, boss lady. I think that's everybody. I don't see anybody else that I know come in. Well, hey, y'all. Thank y'all for coming in. Even if it was just come in and say hey and support me and shoot me a rose or a gift or something, make me feel a little special. Tap the live for Keisha, y'all. Pour favor. Make conception. Yes.
Okay.
That's important. That's important.
Sorry about that. I had to get my. Huh? Yeah. Oh, the topic. The topic is meeting the people that I have gotten connected with to be a part of our new group on Facebook that I literally just created like 2 days ago. But it's been in my mind for the last last 6 months roughly to revamp Black Cherokee. And one of the things that I want to do with Black Cherokee is to create a health and wellness company or a health and wellness connection. What'd I tell you? You gotta be patient. And I have a son who's 3, so I'm gonna be going back and forth with him. It is what it is. I'm a mama. No, you can't ride your scooter. After it cool down. Yeah, it's hot outside, baby. There you go. So, I want to create a health and wellness group that connects Black people who are practitioners and that are who are practitioners and are also healers in one environment, because I've been questioned a lot, where are the Black people in health and wellness? And on social media, you can't really find us because of the algorithm. I ain't even gonna lie. It's because of the algorithm, right? And then when the algorithm comes, it blackballs us where we're not being showcased to everybody. And that's always been my dilemma. I am a Black woman, but I don't always have to cater to only Black people. And I'm not being discriminative or anything like that. I love everybody, period. That's point blank, period.
Right.
You know, don't matter your color. My best friends, my best friends are white. I have best friends that are Black. I have best friends that are Asian. I'm a conglomerate. Welcome to the tribe. I'm a conglomerate of everybody. So Moon is here because she is a part of our Healing in Black Facebook group, and she's one of our experts. I'm starting it out in Facebook because it's free, right? And it's free to everybody. So we're going to start off in Facebook first, and then we're going to move over. So Moon is here to share with you guys who she is, and that she is a psychic medium and a doula, in addition to a death doula as well. And we're going to go more into that in just a second. I got to type in this access code so I can go and get into this dang on internet. So,
hey, Copper, welcome in.
So, there should be questions popping up really soon. I do not have a moderator yet, and that's okay. I usually do, but not this time.
The two people
but I have
wait for me all the time. Now I'm making them, because they might just be trying to chill and sip on some wine and
let them sip, baby.
But Asia and I think Sissy is Sissy one of my. No, I don't think she's one of. She is one of my moderators. Sissy, Asia, they are my moderators. They do a phenomenal job, and I also have seen Sissy moderate in another mutuals live, and he has a large following, so they do really well now. No pressure on them.
Okay, I love it. No. I mean, I love it. If you want to be a moderator, let me know. If not, it's cool. I've done this for a minute, so it's gravy. And plus, you probably got to get a feel of who I am again. Because like I said before, I haven't done this in a minute.
You know what? You haven't done this in a minute. Get a feel for you. I got a feel for you, and let me tell you, the way you showed up for your sister when you felt she was being disrespected, that's all I need, baby. That's all I need. Yeah.
I mean, because Moon, let me tell you, Moon, you are a heaven sent to me. when I come into your live, when I grace your live, and I'm just there chilling, I literally just come in to chill. Your voice is soothing, your presence is awe inspiring. And some days I be having like rough days, like
Yeah.
rough days. That's why I've been incognito, and I want to make sure that when I'm in, I need my peace, and you're a part of my peace. And if you're not in peace, and I'm not in peace, and we're gonna have a problem.
It's a problem.
So we had a problem.
This is a smoothie, by the way, TikTok. This is a smoothie, TikTok.
It's a beautiful smoothie too.
My daughter made it for me.
Yes. I got my questions. I'm pulling them up right now.
Okay.
So we can go ahead and get started. If anybody has any questions for Moon, please feel free to ask any questions that you may have. As I stated before, if those questions, okay. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. If I don't get to them right at that moment that you ask, trust and believe that I will. You will also notice that there are questions that are being populated through the polls. I'm trying to get an overall idea of what's going on with people that are here. I want to also get an idea of, I'm a data person, so I love data. I love knowing what's going on. It gives me a better feel to let me know if you guys like this content.
Right.
Because if you like this content, guess what? We're going to do this every week. So let me pull up the questions, and I'm sorry I'm a little distracted just slightly. But
Just a little bit.
Got this little, he all up on me. He all up on me. I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
Do you want me to answer questions that pop up in the live after you ask your questions, or when they come up?
As they flow, we can flow with it. I'm not that structured. I can be, but I'm learning not to be that person.
Okay. So, I just wanted to make sure, because I didn't want, I wanted to go flow how you wanted to flow.
Girl, we in the flow together. Like this is no like real structure. And like I said before, like the hard launch of Healing in Black will be in the fall, and by then hopefully I'll be settled.
Yes.
This right here is more of a okay, cool. I'm gonna take snippets of this and promote it in the fall.
Right.
So we flowing. We just flowing.
Got
okay. It. All right. So my first questions. I finally got my questions.
I'll get to you. Okay.
Huh?
Well, I saw a question that Beautifully had in the chat.
Oh, answer. Feel free, baby.
So Beautifully asks, what's my favorite part of being a doula? My favorite part of being a doula is watching that mom the moment that she feels like she can't do it, and she's spent, and she's just like, I don't have nothing left in me, and then she musters up that last little bit of strength, and she ushers in life. That is my favorite part of being a doula. The moment where I get, to be honest, I'm gonna say what it is like. It's really the closest I get to God, because it's watching someone create. It's watching the creatress instead of the creator. It's watching the creatress bring forth life and take that all the strength that she has in her body to bring that, usher that life on over to this side. So that's my favorite part of being a doula. That's a great question.
It is. That's actually one of the questions I had. So that's cool.
So you knocked that one out.
Yeah, right. So I'm like, oh, check. All right. So we've already talked about the kind of doula you are. You are, just in case for those new people that are coming in, you are a death doula. So you are a life doula and a death doula. Can you explain a little bit more of that?
So I refer to it as bereavement. Now, there are specifically those that are death doulas, and they deal specifically with like hospice type situations where they are supporting that person the same way I'm ushering in life. Beautifully is actually a death doula. So with me, it's more catering to the pregnant women. So I deal with bereavement as it pertains to Peace and Love Prodigal. I deal with bereavement as it pertains to a woman if she experiences stillbirth, a miscarriage, or she decides to terminate. So in that case, that's the bereavement part of what I do. Do you see the difference? Like death doulas, they deal specifically with hospice and people who are preparing to transition, like, period.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Cool. Cause it's another, what is it? Another form of life changing experience.
Absolutely.
So the doula part is, cause I'm still learning, like I said in my video. I was trying to find one.
It's all right.
And I spelled it wrong, but that's okay.
It's all right. But everybody say it the same because the way you spell it, they going to say
doula. Because I spelled doula.
You going to say doula.
Doula. I was using my phonics.
It's all right, boo. It's all right.
I was using my phonics.
It's all right.
But when you're ushering in life or helping life transition, that's what makes you a doula.
Yeah.
Am I? Okay, cool.
You know, I want to say something about that.
Go ahead.
I've noticed that in this day and age, it seems that there's so many titles put on things that a lot of us used to do and have done naturally. But all of a sudden they have names. Because I remember when I was supporting my sister before, like years ago. I love you too, sissy. Years ago when I was supporting my sister, I didn't know what a doula was. I didn't know doulas existed. I was just there supporting her and doing what naturally came to me. So, I just want to throw that out there because I want people to understand that there may be something that you do naturally, and just because you don't have a title or just because you didn't get a certificate, somebody gave you a certificate because you went to a class. Now, that's not to say you shouldn't get, educated, but don't discredit yourself just because you don't have man's validation on your divinely given gift. Just want to throw that out there.
I totally 100,000% agree with that. And I think I know that's the reason why, for me, I'm trying to do this for Healing in Black. Because many of us, like for me, I'm in the church, I would be like an encourager, a prophet. I would be that person in the church. Those are the titles that we're used to. But those titles aren't the same titles that are given now, because a prophet, and I know this is going to shake some people. Sorry. I know. I'm sorry. Okay. That because what it say in the word, we perish because of lack of knowledge and the generations behind them.
Absolutely.
Because everybody forget that part, end up being in bondage. That's a paraphrase.
Absolutely.
Now look. A psychic and a prophet are pretty much one and the same. Mm-hmm. That's just what it is.
Pretty much.
They're pretty much one. There are some differences. Yeah. But they're pretty much one and the same.
Yeah.
So, and because of those things, it's always been viewed as wrong to connect with the spirit world. It's always been viewed as wrong, at least in my experience, to connect with things that don't make godly sense.
Yeah.
But a lot of times those godly sense that we have are something that comes to us naturally. Absolutely. How can you condemn something that comes to someone naturally?
Right. Exactly.
So that's the reason why I'm doing this.
You're like, what y'all doing?
Yeah. Thank you for the team. Welcome to the team.
Thank y'all. Hey, Munson, I see you your head up, your shiny head up in here.
Okay, so why did you choose to be a doula? You would kind of explain that it was something that you kind of walked into with your sister, right? Your sister?
Yeah.
So why did you choose to be a doula?
I chose to pursue it further because I've always had an affinity for pregnant women. I just love them. I'm drawn to women that as soon as I find out a woman is pregnant, I'm like, oh my gosh, how far along are you? What trimester? And I just start asking all these questions because it's the most beautiful thing that you could ever experience. Like, to me, one of the most beautiful things is to just create life and to just watch. That's what you were talking about as far as like the church. I don't want to get distracted because, I got all the ADD, all of it. But let me answer your question, then I'll say what I have to say. So that is what prompted me to pursue it further, is my affinity for pregnant women, and I love babies. I mean, look how many children I got. But I love baby. I love
Wait.
babies.
How many? Okay, y'all.
Not gonna believe
it's in our chat. It's in our chat.
Yeah.
How many children do you think Moon has? Put it in the comments.
Let's see.
If you don't know
people
Moon,
that know me know.
Yeah, if you don't know Moon, how many children do you think she has? Put it in the comments. Thank you so much for the gifts. Appreciate it. We got 3. No, you cannot, Aisha. You cannot participate.
Because she knows.
We got one person that says 3. Hey.
They all know me.
All right, so all the people who don't know you, please tell everybody how many children you have.
I have 8 children. And yes, they all came from my womb. All of them. From the rooter to the tutor. All of them. That's why I call
so
myself.
She got experience. Right, she got experience.
I got the Christian experience, baby.
All right, so I got a question for you. What was one of the hardest cases that you experienced as a doula?
Ooh. So this one, I'm going to do my best not to get emotional. And I actually wish my sister was in here. Did I share this to my sister? I've been there for all the births of both my sisters. I have an older sister and a younger sister. But the hardest one was when my sister her and her husband got married. My sister had a child prior to her marrying my brother-in-law. And their first child, they lost him. And I had to support my sister as she literally delivered my nephew at 14 weeks. And it was one of the most beautiful and one of the most tragic and one of the hardest things I've ever experienced. And I say beautiful because it was all those things. It was beautiful. It was sorrow. It was a whole host of emotions. But I would say that was the hardest time I had as a doula, is supporting her through that.
Now, did that also help grow your ability as a bereavement doula?
Absolutely. Because I think it'll be easier for me, for people that I'm not connected to like that, but this is my sister, so it was my nephew, right? But that was also a plus because it's the intimacy between my sister and I, the moments where I would just look her in her eyes, and the tears are flowing, and I forget the song that was playing. She had a whole gospel playlist, and there was one song that was playing, and we were just looking in each other's eyes, and I was rubbing her leg, and I was like, "You doing it?" She was like, "I'm doing it." I said, "You doing it? You fine?" It's just that moment of it's such an intimate thing. Like, it's such an intimate thing, especially from woman to woman. Like, this is why I love women so much, because we are so powerful all on our own. But when we really love each other, like when we love each other for real, and not the for fake kind of love, it's nothing that compares. So yeah, that did help me a lot.
I should have preferenced this. Get your tissues. Get your tissues. Get your tissues, because I'm over here about to cry.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. And that's the other thing that I really do like. I enjoy when I see Moon. Like, Moon is not afraid to be herself. She will cry.
Cry.
She will cuss you out.
And go from,
She will
wouldn't it be funny if I cry and go from a cry to a cuss out?
Right. She will cry. And but see, that's the thing. Okay, look. I purposely do not cuss on my lives.
Okay.
Because I used to be a teacher.
Oh.
I do it out of respect of my students.
Okay.
Because my students follow me. Right?
Oh. Ooh.
Right.
So glad I'm
So
not
there is a boundary for me.
Yeah.
But I respect people who are able to articulate the way that they feel, and they have feelings that are prominent to that moment. Yes, she will cuss you out, but with love, it will be more like, you crossed the boundary. Now I have to do this for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I need you to understand that I'm not one to be played with. That's it. That's just how it is.
Period.
And I respect that. For me, because I'm on here, I have to be very articulate in how I say what I am saying to people.
Right.
But believe me, I'm going to say what I got to say.
It's a must.
It is a must if the lines are crossed. But again, like I said before, Moon is very easy flowing, very easy going, and it's very rare that I've ever heard her or seen her in that element. But it can happen, and that's justifiable because we are all human. And that's what I love about her, because she is fully in her feminine role as a person and also as a woman. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be singing praises for Moon, okay? Because I am Team Moon. I am Team Moon.
And I love you. I really love and adore you.
Same. All right, so my next question, what I think you probably told me this already. What brings you the most joy about being a doula?
I did answer that. Just seeing women come into their full power. That moment where they usher life in, that's their full power. And it's nothing that compares to that ever, that I've ever witnessed myself. That's just me. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I thought you did. I'll be trying to do everything at the same time.
Man, it's all good. Like you said, it's not formal. I just said I
no, it's not.
I ain't want to come on here dusting.
Girl! You crude. Also, if you guys look right up here, I am posting questions. Just like I said before, I'm trying to get a tally of what people are experiencing. So it's just a yes or no question. If you click right here, it has a little tab at the top, and there's a countdown.
Peace and love, Israel Yehuda. Ooh, speaking of holistic healing.
That part.
Yeah.
Oh, I need him? Oh, okay. So, okay, for those who are coming in that are healers, okay, for people who don't know, I do little mini commercials in between, because it has to be conducive, right?
Hey, it's your world, baby. I'm just in it.
That part. So, for those who are coming in, welcome in. I'm Nikisha. I am the CEO of Black Cherokee One Tribe, which is an aromatherapy company. I also am a certified theta healer, which means that I help you with your thought process. She's also a Reiki healer. I just remembered that. I be remembering stuff. Yeah, aren't you Reiki?
No. Well, I haven't studied Reiki. I do. See, remember what I said earlier? Like there's names put to everything now, like titles. We do energy healing like naturally. I think all mothers have some aspect of Reiki healing, because I've touched on all these children at some point, and the toothache, the backache, the noseache, the earache, all of that. So yeah. But I'm not a practitioner of Reiki. I have not went to school and got the
The certification. I got you. Okay, I thought you did. That's my fault, but she's still a doula, man. She's amazing. Anyway, if you are a natural healer, a holistic, or you're interested in holistic healing, I have started a new Facebook group, and it's called Healing in Black. Now, the goal is to have Black practitioners and Black healers in that group, answering questions, answering issues that people may have. It is free for everybody to join. The only stipulation is if you have a one-on-one question that you need to address with a specific healer or a specific expert, just know that that person is going to charge you their standard rate. Mm-hmm. Free-flowing environment that I'm trying to create in Healing in Black. This is a soft launch. The full launch won't happen until the fall. I'm just trying to introduce you guys to the people that we have locked in that are a part of our community and their faces. So you get to know them on TikTok and get to grow with them and grow with all of us inside of Facebook in our group. The group is called Healing in Black. Mm-hmm. So that was my little commercial. My next question for you, Miss Moon, is what inspired you to be a psychic medium? Did we talk on that already?
We have not. I don't know if anything inspired me to do it. What actually happened was I just naturally progressed more and more in it, if that makes sense. So I didn't even know what a psychic medium was, right? And the first time that I had an experience with spirit was after my grandfather passed away, my mother's dad. And the very next day, my sister and I were asleep, and I woke up because what woke me up was the room. It was like somebody turned the light on, and I'm like, but when I opened my eyes, it was my granddaddy at the foot of my bed, but he was just surrounded in light. He was just illuminated in light. And I was just like, I said, granddaddy, like that. And I crawled down like to the foot of the bed, and I went to reach for him. And when I was just about to touch him, he was gone, right? And so the next day, hey, Opal, the next day when I was living in Memphis, Tennessee at the time, because that's where I was born, we went ice skating. I'll never forget. I was putting on my ice skates. Everybody's putting on their ice skates. And I looked at my mom and I was like, Mama. And she was like, what, Monica? I said, I saw granddaddy last night. Because to me, it's like, it's normal. I'm like, he was in my room, Mama, And she turned her head. She was like, what? And I said, I saw granddaddy. Granddaddy was in my room last night. And her and my auntie went off. They went off on me. Quit telling lies. Like, don't be saying no stuff like, what you mean? And I was freaked out because I'm like, he was in there. I was like, what are you talking about? So it was such a negative reaction that I instantly knew, oh, this is not good. So after my first encounter with spirit, I had subsequent encounters and also more like the clairaudience and hearing people, what they're thinking, and everything was like enhanced, but I never said anything. And so I didn't embrace that part of me. I would ignore it a lot of the time until I got old enough to be out on my own. And I went through a couple of changes on my spiritual journey. And that was when I started to embrace, okay, this is really something. It was actually a group of YT women. But when we're talking about how you're starting your group for that particular reason, because thank you, Good Vibes, there wasn't anybody that looked like me that was talking about this. We were only talking about Jesus, not knocking Jesus. But nobody was talking about mediumship. The term psychic wasn't even a part of my vocabulary. And to be honest, I don't like that word anyway. I prefer intuitive. But so I actually stumbled upon, at the time I was a housewife. So I stumbled upon this group of YT women on this. It was a website called Cafe Mom. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it's just moms from all over. But most of them were stay-at-home wives, and they were YT. And I joined this group, came across a couple of women, and they used to play a lot of games, post pictures and see what comes of it. What do you feel from it? Things of that nature. And they did that one day, and I started to play the game. So whenever someone posted their picture, I just typed what I felt. And people started inboxing me. How did you know that? And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, I'm just typing what I felt. And then that someone posted up I came across another room. It was a medium room. And I was like, what's this about? I went in there, started talking to some people. So to answer your question, it wasn't something that I pursued. It was literally like I progressed into it. The mediumship aspect. Thank you, Opal.
Thank you guys so much for the gifts. Thank you for the likes and the shares.
Yeah.
I greatly appreciate that. I want to tell you guys, like, this is Moon, and we are having a conversation about being a intuitive, because we working on that, an intuitive, and being a holistic healer. The thing that I would like to say when it comes down to that, what you were talking about, Moon, is I understand, because for me, I would hear someone talking to me, someone asking me, saying my name in the distance. And my mom and my grandmother, because my grandmother and them, like on my mother's side, it's deep as far as like hearing things. And I would hear people calling my name just randomly. My mom would always say, don't answer that. That's death. That's death. Don't answer that. Or just little stuff that just, I get it, but it made me so afraid to try to grow spiritually.
Yeah.
It made me so afraid. It was like a stifle, well, if I'm hearing these things, how do I maneuver through it? If I'm going through these things, how am I supposed to dive in it? As a dreamer, I dream things. And it's like, I hear things, I see things, and I still don't know the full titles. I'm still learning. Yeah. But even in those things, because the church boundaries are there, it stifled me to know how to maneuver through it, because nobody really takes the time to tell you, well, this is why.
Yeah.
Unless you YT. And the YT people are like, it's okay. This is what's happening. This is how we do it. This is how we're gonna guide you through it, and we're gonna certify you and give you a title.
Yeah.
To make it make sense.
How unfortunate is that? Because it's naturally, these things were naturally our way. It was naturally our way. It was naturally our practicing. And these things were stolen from us, and we were taught something completely foreign to us, and we embrace that, and we fight tooth and nail for that, and we villainize and demonize what's naturally ours and what's naturally us. So what we're seeing though now is us getting back to us. You know what I mean? The only issue that I see, and I feel like I'm about to sneeze, so that's confirmation that what we're talking about is necessary. What I'm seeing is us getting back to us. The only issue is, you know how it is when you suppress something so long, and when you finally break out of it and you're oppressed and suppressed, it's a messy thing. It's not neat. So we go from being disconnected from our natural sciences and practices to attaching to them and learning them and using them. But we're doing a lot of people are reckless. A lot of people are recklessly using their gifts and recklessly tapping into the arts and sciences that were ours, to begin with. There's a little fly or something in here. But so that's what I noticed. It's my prayer that at some point we'll find a collective balance where, okay, now we got it out of our system. Everybody is knowing, we know that we can do these things, and now let's settle into our specific spots and get in our lanes and get comfortable doing what we do, you know?
And that for me is definitely something that I am starting to embrace, because it makes me feel super. Thank you guys so much for helping me reach my goal. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Anybody that I missed, thank you for a gift.
Right, thank you for the gifts. Thank you guys for the shares. Thank you guys for the likes.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I gotta be a mommy too at the same time.
It's all right.
Toddler mom, 3-year-old, pushy.
Thank you.
But it makes me feel more confident, especially raising him. You know, I can start seeing his gifts coming out, and I can start kind of guiding him, because I have a little bit more knowledge of what I'm doing and understanding my purpose as a spiritual being versus just a walking piece of flesh that just has gifts.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes.
I have another question for you, my dear. How does your journey as an intuitive medium allow you to be a bereavement doula as well?
Well, because I'm a medium, I don't view death the same way everybody else does. I'm not afraid of it. I talk to my children about it often, not in a way to just like be dreadful and doom and gloom, but I talk to them about death the same way I talk to them about life, because it's a part of the cycle. But I also explain to them that when your physical existence ends here, it begins in a different way energetically. So it's a transition. So that's the word we use around here. But that has helped me in the bereavement aspect of being a doula, because like I said, I'm more spiritually in tune to the soul that's transitioning, that baby, and the mom too, because as she's losing that soul from her body, she loses a part of herself too. And I don't think a lot of people realize and recognize that, but she does.
That is true. Because even like with me and my son, like, and most moms, you know, we all get this, right? Like your son or your child, your daughter, they don't ever want to like leave your side at times. They cleave to you with everything in their might to try to have that reconnection again, I think, innately.
Yeah.
And for me, it's been a little struggle, because there are times I want that, but then there's, God, get off me. Get off me. I need some space.
Get off me. Like glue, Asia.
And like glue, like super glue.
Yeah.
Like, and it's cute, but it is, what you're saying is something that I can definitely relate to, because that is something that I have been dealing with in the 3 years that he's been with me. Like, I can't get him off of me, but it's because he craves that connection again.
Yeah.
So
you do know that it's not just the children that are like that. It's the men too. And to be honest, a lot of men cling and cleave to their women because they've had some type of trauma associated with their own birth experience with their mother, and they're being raised by their mother. So men, naturally, that's why they want to always snuggle in our breast. You understand what I'm saying? They lay in our lap, or they lay on our stomach. Like, these are some things that you have to pay attention to when it comes to men. And even though men are big and strong, if you take the biggest, strongest dude and just watch him lay in his woman's lap, and she's rubbing his head, it's just like a big baby. Everybody's trying to get close to us and get up in us. You hear me?
Literally. Literally.
Just saying.
She like, and there's my tea.
I know that wasn't the topic, but I had to throw that in there.
Oh, hey, it's all good. Like I said, this is free flowing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be snipping and snapping and snooping for those who have come in and welcome in. Thank you guys so much for joining us. It's the commercial time. So drink your, if you need to use the bathroom or nothing like that, you know, you can go ahead and do that. Okay. This is why I do the commercial time, just in case you need to sip some water. Water.
You said water.
Hey girl, say water.
You like your commercial too.
Yeah, today is. But if you guys are coming in, this is Moon Empress 888, and she is a intuitive. I'm working on it, Moon. She's
okay.
an intuitive medium and a doula, a bereavement doula. And she is a part of our new group that we have on Facebook that I just created a couple of days ago. And it's called Thank you. It is called
I like water.
I'm glad you do. It's called Healing in Black. This is a group that I've started. It's open to everyone, but the only healers in this group will look like us, because we are not being present or we're not being pushed to the forefront, so people don't think that we exist. And the mere fact, you okay? The mere fact that I'm here on the West Coast, one of the questions that I'm constantly being asked is, where are the Black people in health and wellness? And so I'm trying to create an environment where people can find Black people that are practitioners and healers in health and wellness, because we are here. And so today we're having a conversation with Moon. This is a soft launch, just so you guys can get an introduction of who we have in the group. And I'm going to be using all of this footage in the fall to really go hard to promote. So for those who are coming in, you guys are getting the first taste of what we are starting. And if you have any questions, please put them in the comments. We are here to help and here to answer them. If it requires a one-on-one consultation with Moon, she will tell you, because she gets charged for her service. She charges for her services, and I charge for my services too. We just letting y'all know we here to help as much as we can, but we still got families and we still got bills we got to pay, and you girls, we got stuff we got to do.
We do. I really don't know what this common misconception is, that people that do what we do, there's this expectation that we shouldn't have charge and we shouldn't have rates. And I think it's extremely ignorant to not see the value in what we do, because if you didn't see the value in what we do, why do you keep coming back? Because if I say it's free, you will come back every day, probably multiple times a day. So if it's not valuable, why would you want to use it so much? You know? Now, Copper, there is legislation going on to where in some states they are starting to accept and they're starting to cover doulas. I haven't signed up yet because my clientele isn't big enough for me to sign up. But I do know somebody who's been talking to me about it offline, about making sure that my patients can be covered. But it's really on their end, Copper, I believe. Like whoever their insurance is through, then I would have to figure out what I would have to do because I am registered on the healthcare registry. Like I have a number where I'm registered. So I haven't had a client who's covered by insurance yet, but their legislation is changing that to where doulas will be covered through and paid through insurance. But I'll say this and I'll be quiet so Keisha can come back. But back to this expectancy that what we do I mean, I don't understand why you charge that or why you charge so much. And I just tell people all the time, if it's something that you feel like is not in your budget, or you don't feel like I'm worth paying that, don't do it. Because the same way you say, I'm not going to do it, I have 2 or 3 people who say it regularly. Hey, when is your next slot? When is your next opening? We use a lot of energy doing what we do. Those of us, let me clarify, those of us that are really serious about our craft. We didn't just pick up a deck of cards and saw everybody doing this thing and we just wanted to jump on the bandwagon. This is something that I take seriously. If I was a surgeon, it would be like me taking a knife and cutting, but it's like performing spiritual surgery, because every word that comes out of my mouth is going to impact a person's life, because they're going to react to whatever is said out of my mouth. It's a very serious thing. And so I use a lot of energy, and even offline when I'm not doing sessions with people, I'm always getting myself together, working on me so I can be the best vessel to give other people a message. I just wanted to say that, like, please stop with this expectancy for practitioners to just give and do for free. Just stop it. If you don't want to pay, don't pay. Leave me alone and leave them alone. Simple as that.
I 100% agree. That's the reason why I keep preferencing that, because I want to make sure that it's clearly stated. Like, we are here to help, but we also need help too. Like, real talk, we need help too. And it's an energy exchange, because we're giving out. Thank you for the gifts. We're giving out energy. We're sharing what we know. We're sharing our knowledge. We're sharing our love.
I got my volume book.
Yep. We're sharing our love. We're sharing everything that we have. And we're sharing our time. Time is the only thing we can never get back. And that's the thing I always say. At the end of my lives, time is the only thing
Static.
you can never, ever, ever get back. Ever. Welcome to the tribe. Let me go on and welcome. Who is that? NIC Mama Moments.
Nikki Mama's here. I didn't see her.
Yeah, Nikki Mama's. Welcome to the tribe.
To my girl. Hey, Nikki.
Thank you so much, Static, for the rose, and welcome everybody who is coming in. We are having a conversation with Miss Moon. I agree that we need to make sure people understand that our services are not free at all. When you are dealing with people, when you're dealing with all types, right? When you're dealing with all types of people and you're dealing with their energy, it's draining to us. So there has to be some type of exchange. Like it just has to be. So I'm gonna keep reiterating that just so people will know. And our prices are our prices. And like Moon said, like if those prices don't agree with you, then that's fine. You can definitely find someone else. You can find someone else. We're not offended, because that's just how energy goes.
Jesus needs confirmation when I sneeze. But the one thing I will say, there are times where I offer my services for free because the divine leads me to do it. Like the divine will show, like I can tell when someone really does need my services, and I know they don't have it. Sometimes I know it before they even ask. But I also know people who would take advantage of that too, you know.
And again, like even with Moon being here, this is a free service for me. Honestly, this is a free service for me because we're trying to grow something. She sees something that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make something happen for not just me, but for us as a group, like creating a space where we can dwell. So I appreciate you.
I'm grateful.
My other question, in what ways has the duality of both, of all of the attributes that you contain, brought your clients solace?
Can you repeat that one more time, the question? I don't think I caught that whole question.
Sorry, it was kind of distracting me. I said, in what ways has the duality of you doing all of those things brought solace to your clients?
Oh my gosh. So many ways from their mouths. Let me say that. From their testimonies to me. As it pertains to mediumship, there's so many times where people have expressed how the heaviness in their heart was lifted. They received closure that they needed. Sometimes they just want to hear from a loved one. They just want to connect with them. There's no real reason. There's no rhyme or reason. And so those are some ways as it pertains to the mediumship. As it pertains to doula, just the support, I will never forget the first time I supported my sister. We were pregnant at the same time. And let me just say, I don't recommend pregnant women. If you're a doula, I do not recommend you to support another woman if you're like in your last trimester. And I'll go in. I'll talk about that later if you want me to. I don't recommend it. I don't recommend a pregnant woman being a doula and attending a birth if she's really like within the last couple of months of her own pregnancy. But just coming in when I first came in.
Wait, hold on. Why? Hold that next thought, but why?
Okay. So women are very in tune with each other. Our wombs are connected, and whether we want to accept it or not, we can feel each other, sense each other, especially if we're super close with another woman. You can tell when something's off. You can feel her. Sometimes she's in your dreams. Sometimes you'll just be sitting there and she'll pop up in your head. So if we're that connected and that in tune, when I was there with my sister, we were 2 months apart. So she was delivering. I was 7 months pregnant. And what I noticed as I'm helping her breathe through, I refer to them as waves. I don't refer to contractions as contractions. I call them waves. Each time a wave would come and I'm helping her breathe and I'm like feeling her and I'm grunting with her. Like I literally could feel, I started contracting. My body started to respond as if I was in labor because I was there supporting my sister in labor, because it's just being in tune. It was just, now you can't, I'm not saying that you can't do it. I just wouldn't recommend it. Especially if you're like really close to delivering, like your last couple of weeks or something like that, or maybe I would say the last month. I don't recommend it. But hey, to each his own. That's just something that I noticed. It's my body started to respond as if I was in labor, just being in her presence.
So pretty much, if you want to have your baby on the same day as your best friend, just help her through her pregnancy. Y'all gonna go in together. That's what she's saying. Because there are some people who are like, hey, I want to have my baby with the same day as this person had their baby. So if you want to try it, it's not recommended, but if you want to try it, do it at your own risk.
Yeah.
One more thing. Now, this is my last question, and from here on out, we doing what we do. Okay.
All
right.
I play super fast and I'm boring.
Ooh, can you do it again?
Yeah.
All right.
Watch me, okay?
So, last question, and y'all chime in, please. Thank you guys so much for the likes. Thank you for the love. Thank you,
Asia, for hanging in there from beginning to end.
That part. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for making it happen. Y'all have made this whole live, this last hour, this one whole hour, so enjoyable. We started an hour early. My bad. That was my fault.
Hey, watch this.
But it's cool. But here's my last question, and I think with this question we may have more that go in. Everybody, please feel free to chime in. Because I know many of us, if we're Black, many of us started out in the church. We've been in the church for a long time. We were born, brought bred, raised, sang in the choir, did the usher board, did the junior day. Did church. We was in the church now. We was in the church. My mama was, I was in church every day. So if you like me, this one's for Moon and everybody else if you want to chime in. How did your church journey empower you to be the woman that you are today?
And mother. My church journey in a nutshell prepared me and helped me to be who I am today because of how bad I was ostracized in the church. To be honest, like the hurt and the harm that I received from the church made me stronger, made me wiser, and made me more empathetic to people. And so I never ever want anybody to feel how I felt in the church. And so I do my due diligence to see and hear people for who they are. And that's why you meet me and you experience me the way you do. And that's why I treat people the way that I treat them, because I never, ever want anybody to feel the way I felt. Growing up in the church and encountering different people at different stages of my journey in the church and having so much hurt from the church. I'm going to clarify that. Not from the church, from people in the church.
The people.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of the things that I definitely I've been triggered by, because as a child, my mother would always have me, like I said, my mother would always have me in the church every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
So, and as I have grown older, I've been at some of the biggest mega churches in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
I have been in different denominations of churches, and the one thing that I was actually talking to a friend about this a couple of days ago.
Can I watch this?
How the church has so many boundaries and so many rules that it literally stifles a person. And a lot of times we don't realize that until after we hit a certain age.
Yeah.
And then we start realizing that the church is a place of learning. In my opinion, it's a place of learning, a place of structure.
Yeah.
And a place that is a foundation for people to grow. It's a platform, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And as you grow older and the more mature you become, the more you start to realize that people are just, I'm talking
Look,
right now,
Mommy.
baby.
Look.
That people are more lenient outside of the church, that people have more grace for others outside of the church. And when you are in the church, what I found from my experience is that it's that whole we're set apart idea that's been preached across the nation, because I've been all over the country in church. We've been set aside, we've been set apart, and people have literally created a hypocritical standard that this is, I am of God and I am God's child and I am this, but we still all breathe that same air.
Yeah.
We still all breathe and we still all go through the same issues.
Yeah, what Asia said. Set apart, but not above.
Right. And I agree with Asia. That's the other reason why my heart has always been to be around people. I used to tell people all the time that I prefer to be John the Baptist than any other disciple. Yeah. Like, if I'm going to be a disciple, I would rather be John the Baptist because he was out there in the wilderness with the people. Yeah. Period. And it didn't matter what kind of people he was with. Yeah. They were still his people. Mm-hmm. And some of the things that I've noticed also in my studies, like when it comes down to Christ, people don't realize his disciples were like crooked people. His
Hello, one
disciples
of them betrayed him.
his disciples were crooks, thieves. This is my study. Crooks, thieves, womanizers, whores. They were all the things that we demonize
Yeah,
in the church.
yeah,
But in the only person that was perfect was Christ himself.
mm-hmm.
And everyone else around him was still flawed. But
Yeah.
everyone else around him were still able to be in his presence, to be around him, and to embrace him,
Yeah.
to touch him, to be a part of. Stop running.
I'm pulling.
No running. No running.
Didn't they complain?
Right. Right. They complained a lot too. So like these are the things that I have noticed, and I was sharing with my friend that, and I've said this before on my platform, so many people have kicked out a certain specific group of people, telling them that they're wrong, telling them that I'm gonna just be upfront, I don't care.
Yeah.
People who are a part of the LGBTQ plus community, ostracize them to no end, right? They get kicked to the curb, the whole nine. They're not treated as human beings, which they are.
Right.
And I had to learn that during my first time of being homeless, the LGBTQ community plus community
Mm-hmm.
came for me.
They helped you.
They loved me.
Yeah.
They didn't throw me away.
Yeah.
They didn't disregard me. They didn't treat me like I was just trash on the street. They were there for me. For that reason, they changed my mindset. They changed my thought of what love looked like. They changed my thought of what Christ looked like. They changed my thought of what humans are supposed to do for other humans.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
So with that was my pivoting point in understanding people are just people. And whatever you do with whomever you do it with, that ain't got nothing to do with me.
Ain't none of my business.
Because at the end of the day, you still gonna be a person.
Ain't none of my
You
business.
still gonna need love. Right.
Hey,
You
Cece,
still gonna
welcome
be
back.
loved. Hey, welcome back, Cece. You still gonna be embraced. You're still gonna be cherished, and you're still gonna be treated as a person.
Absolutely. Every time.
That was it.
And you know what? I was in Munson's live the other day. What was that? It was a scripture that he brought up, and I was like, man, that thing was cold. And it basically, I'm trying to remember what it was. I want to say it was Romans. Oh, my pen is still in it. Ain't that something?
That's awesome.
And that look, man, my pen is right here in it.
I love it.
It says, "For it is not the hearers of the law who are righteous before God, but the doers of the law who will be justified." And then it says, "For when Gentiles who do not have the law by nature do what the law requires, they are a law to themselves, even though they don't have the law. They show that the work of the law is written in their hearts, while their conscience also bears witness, and their conflicting thoughts accuse or even excuse them." So this means that this tells you that there are some people who they've never picked up a Bible, they ain't never went to nobody's church, don't know scripture from like Prodigal say, a scripture. They don't know a scripture from a scripture, but they will treat you with the love of Christ more than a follower of Christ. And so that is what I've been on lately, like bringing that to people's attention. Like, don't worry about what somebody's title is. Don't worry about, this suit that they're in, because you literally could miss out on the love or a message from the divine because you're so busy judging somebody. You're looking at them like, oh, like you said, what I noticed, what happens with a lot of Christians, they get so much knowledge that they forget you're not God. My friend, you're
That
not
part.
it's like they start to really feel like they can tell you that you a sinner and you're gonna burn in the lake of fire. And I just be looking at them like, okay, thanks for letting me know. You can have
But-
what I do.
But see, for me, sometimes when people say that, I start hearing the things that they've done. You don't want me to hear what you've done.
Baby.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Yes.
And I'll just sit there and I'll smile and be like, and I'm hearing everything you done did.
Everything.
Like I done heard everything you done did. And it's just like, okay.
You know.
Welcome to the tribe, Kiona.
Oh, Keona's in here? Oh, Keona is in here. I've studied so many different things, Keisha, that is ridiculous. And that's why a lot of people don't even know what I know. That you know what I'm saying? Like, I will go sit in a room and listen to somebody teach me something that I learned a decade ago, but I will sit and listen as if it's brand new information to me. Because for me, it's not about me saying, hey, well, I already know that. Because in that person sharing, that's something they need to do too. They need to be able to share. Because sharing things that you've learned. That's helping you to teach. That's teaching you. You go from believing to knowing. I don't want to believe something. I want to know. You understand? Because to believe something, you constantly have to be reassured of it. Reassured. Oh, do I believe? Yeah. But when I know, that's it. I just know.
No, that's been my number one thing. Like I'm learning to be in a space where belief is no longer the idea anymore.
Yeah.
Especially in this transition and in this factor that I have been in. I have been questioning everything in my life. And now I'm in a space where I can be at a spot where, you know what? I know that this is going to work out. Mm-hmm. I know that this is going to be amazing. I know that with time, this is going to work itself out because I'm taken care of. I am.
Absolutely. I agree. 100%. 100%. I do.
But does anybody have any questions? Anybody have any input? Is this something that you guys are enjoying? Because I would love to have it again, but if you guys are not feeling it, then I'm not gonna do it. I'm not.
Like, you ain't doing it.
I ain't wasted time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do have another person on deck.
Do you want to share what's this for?
Not yet, baby. Okay.
After you work?
Yes, after I work, baby. I'm almost done. Okay.
Right. You have to take off your glasses so you can put them on.
I want to keep them on.
Why you have to keep them on?
Because I want to see. Mommy's need to protect their eyes.
From the sun?
No, from the light.
Oh, that's a glass.
Yeah.
A glass light?
Yeah, a glass light. Thank you guys so much for your feedback. I'm still here. I promise I'm still here. I got y'all in my ears so I don't miss nothing.
Y'all for supporting.
Yes, thank you guys so much for supporting. I do have someone else. He is adorable. He get on my nerves, but he's my favorite little person. I do have someone on deck for next week. And if you don't have any questions or you don't have anything else to add, Miss Moon, we can end the live.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to add. I like I said, it was an honor for me to be asked by you to join the group, first of all, and then for you to set aside time for you to ask about who I am. So I'm grateful to you, and I'm grateful to everybody who poked their head in, even if you weren't able to stay the entire time. I love you and I appreciate you. Thank you for supporting me, and thank you for supporting Keisha. Please support the movement, because that's what I call it, a movement. Like she said, more people that look like us that are supporting people, not only that look like us, but everybody, because we see all kinds of people doing things, but they're practicing things that are naturally ours that we have been, deprived of for so long because of certain religions. And so she's just trying to get us back out there, get us back in the forefront, and put our faces out there so people who were lost like us have somebody to talk to and confide in and ask advice from and ask questions, because Lord knows I didn't have anybody. Hello.
Facts. That's my cousin. Hey, Ish.
The boy
But
But
yeah,
with that being
earlier
okay, with that being
on
said,
the wall, didn't it?
okay, we will. Oh, no problem, baby. We will do this more often. If you are interested, as I said it before, and as Aisha has been posting through the live, I thank you guys. First of all, thank you guys so much for coming in. Please join us on our Facebook group. It's called Healing in Black. Just go to Facebook and you'll see it, or you can go to the link in my bio.
Did you start a ball play?
Hold on, Duk Duk. Just go to the link in my bio and just join the group. Nothing is going to be active until around September, but we are adding our healers in there. I would love for you to meet our healers. I have a few of them that are already listed. I have a few more that are coming. And with that being said, thank you so much. Let me make sure I get my stuff. Hold on. I gotta get my stuff because it's been a minute since I did this, but I got it. Hold on. Thank you so much for. Hold on. There we go. Thank you so much, Miss Moon, for being a part of the conversation. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming in. I'm gonna let you go. Thank you, Moon.
good night,
Love
everybody.
you, baby.
Y'all in these TikTok
All right.
streets.
Right? Let me see. Disconnect. And there we go. Thank you guys so much for joining Black Cherokee One Tribe. This is a part of our new revamp of Black Cherokee. And I am so thankful that you guys got a chance to meet Miss Moon, hang out with Miss Moon, those who have already been here. If you are interested in joining our group, it's called Healing in Black. It is found in Facebook, in our Facebook group. And also, what else? Thank you so much for the love. Welcome to the tribe for those who are inviting, coming in through invites. Thank you for the follows. And what else was I going to say? Oh, yes. Don't forget to join Healing in Black. And just, I appreciate you guys. As I always state, I'm going to try to be as consistent as possible. As I always state, thank you guys so much for spending your time with me. Spending your time with me and Miss Moon. That is the only thing that you cannot get back is your time. It is the most precious gift that you can give anybody, and I appreciate the fact that you guys have spent the last almost hour and a half with us. Thank you so much for the gifts too. And I want to invite you guys to be on the lookout for next week. We will be doing this again with someone else, just so you guys can get connected with all of the healers that are here in our community. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys and thank you for being a part of our healing mind, body, and soul here at Black Cherokee One Tribe. See y'all.
Bye.
Say bye, Booba.
Bye. I'll see you next time. Bye, don't boy.